Hello, I'm Monica Price and welcome to Cuppa TV. On today's show we welcome Jade Secker, who will be talking about her journey from winning the title of Miss Black Country to competing in the Miss England pageant later this summer. Also joining me is Leigh Perry, Principal of Dorridge Music School, plus she brings along the Rat Pack. My first guest is a face you might be familiar with, as she's recently been crowned Miss Black Country. Jade Secker joins me now to share her story on the road, not only to being shortlisted for the $1 billion smile, but also a finalist to become Miss England this summer. Jade, thank you so much for joining me on Cuppa TV.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful to be here, and don't you look beautiful?
Thank you.
I love your crown. Did you get that obviously from winning Miss Black Country?
Yeah, from winning, yeah.
Wonderful to see you. So what's it been like, Jade? Tell us your story.
It's been fantastic. I mean, I was crowned in May, so I've had a couple of months now. It was Black Country Day on July the 14th, so there was a lot going on around that, lots of Black Country festivals. It's great to see all the communities coming out and celebrating everything that's fantastic about the area that we're from. So, yeah, it's just been a really good experience so far.
Wonderful. And were you involved with the Black Country Festival? Because I know that was just recent, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was, yeah.
And we've had Mr. Black Country on the show, of course, as well. Do you get to meet? Did you know him, James?
I met him on the finals day, and I met him before when we did our sports round, but I didn't know him before the competition.
And like James, are you a true dedicated Black Country lady?
Yes.
Yes. And tell us about your life, Jade.
I'm 24. I am a full-time fundraising officer for the Haven Wolverhampton charity. So I spend a lot of my time fundraising, organising events, getting involved in everything that's going on in the community to raise funds and awareness for that charity, as well as my own personal charities outside of work. And that's about it, really.
So you obviously enjoy what you do.
Yes.
And how did you get involved with, Miss Black Country? How did that come about? Have you won awards before, previous to that?
No, it was the first one I'd entered. It was one of those things I saw at the clothes show. Just started talking to one of their representatives. Decided to enter. Thought I'd just see where it went, really. And here I am.
And here you are, crowned. And what was it like? Tell us about the experience. What was it like?
It was completely overwhelming winning. I wasn't expecting it at all. My aim was to work for the charity award, because alongside the main title there's miniature awards inside that.
Oh, right.
So my aim was to win the charity award, as obviously that would benefit me in my career. So I did win that overall, and then obviously won the title as well, so yeah. So
tell us about the process. How does it work? Because I mean, for women, when we had James on the show, we were talking about perhaps the lack of men that go into things like this, the pageants, as they're called. Would you find that yourself, when as a woman, it seemed more natural to go into a pageant? Would you say that's true?
I wouldn't say it's more natural. I think it's more appealing for girls, and I think that there's a lot fewer guys that enter. I mean, for our finals, there was 25 girls and 5 boys. I'm sure James told you when he was here. So there's quite a difference in the numbers. But the experience itself, I mean, it's not just about your looks. There's just so much more to it. They want an all-round person. They want someone who's charitable and talented and fit and healthy and can promote that kind of lifestyle, not just a pretty face on a catwalk. So there's a lot more to it than meets the eye, I think.
Yeah, so I think you've hit the nail on the head there. People will see this as just a pretty girl, pretty face on a catwalk, and you would disagree with that, would you?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, I think I'd encourage anybody to, enter themselves or just take a look at the work that all the girls do on the lead up to the finals, not only for their regional heats but also for the Miss England finals, and just see how much work goes into it behind the scenes of just being on a catwalk.
And what did you do, Jade, to prepare yourself for the actual Miss Black Country? What did you do?
So I organised a pamper evening to raise money for Beauty with a Purpose, which is the Miss England and Miss World charity. And then we had our sports round, so we had an extreme Zumba and boot camp to complete, and then we had to create our own eco dress. So there was lots of little rounds.
little different sections.
Yeah.
So the eco dress, tell us about that. What was that?
For Black Country?
Yes.
Basically, there wasn't a theme, so it was anything that you felt inspired you. From my work at the Haven, that's a charity that works with women and children who've been subjected to domestic abuse. So the women that we support, we have groups for them so that they can come together and get a support network. And as part of that, they created a window display for our shop. That was made from old books that symbolised like love stories, and they'd got a CD all shattered in the shape of a heart that symbolised what they'd been through, but it was reflecting, and there was a lot of symbolism behind the dress. So with the ladies from the Haven, I recreated that for my eco dress.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So you had, well, I should imagine that was. I mean, was it really an honour for you to wear something like that?
It was. Yeah, it was lovely of them to let me use their idea to represent the area that we're from, and yeah, it was really nice of them.
And when you're working, because you do so much, I know, to promote the Black Country itself and your role, what's the best thing about your role, Jade, would you say?
I think it's just having that opportunity to represent the area and meeting all the people that make the area what it is, and you know, that contribute to the fantastic society that we do have, and making sure the people know about all that stuff, so promoting all the good things that go on.
Yeah, and I mean, the Black Country is a big part of the West Midlands, here in the West Midlands, and it has its own dialect, and we've had some previous guests on that has its own dialect. And for the viewers that are watching that perhaps don't know too much about the Black Country, how would you sum the Black Country up? What would you say about it?
It's a very friendly, close-knit, even though it's a massive region.
It is a massive region.
It's a very close-knit region. Everybody is so friendly and welcoming, and yeah, just a lovely area to represent and to be from.
So it's really important then for you to not only win the Miss Black Country, but to really, as you say, represent your area, your place where you were born.
Yeah.
So tell us how it felt like when they called out your name. What do they do, Jade?
They call the top 12 first, and that includes all the awards that we were talking about, and then judges' choices. And then following from that, they do third place, second place, and then first. And yeah, it was just...
So what were you thinking when you had third place? Did you think, oh...
Well, I don't... Do you know what?
Can you remember?
It was just completely... I was just stood there thinking, oh, well, it's not going to be me. Like, I've won my charity award,
Yes.
you know, I'm happy now, like, I'm not expecting to win. And then when I did win, it was just like... Just stood there completely trying to take it all in, to be honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just really overwhelming, and just an amazing experience, one that I'll never forget. So.
And of course, we've got the Miss England.
Yeah.
So tell us about Miss England, again, for those of viewers who are not quite familiar with how that works.
So Miss England is the final of all of the regional heats that have taken place. So all...
so across the UK,
so
we've had all the regional heats, and then they come together automatically. Are the winners automatically put through to Miss England? How does it work?
There's a semi-final that's gone on before the finals, so that gets shortlisted. Some titles you go straight through to the finals, others you get through to the semis, but the final is, I think there's 52 girls now, and that's this week on Thursday and Friday at the Rico Arena.
And are you very excited about that?
Yeah, I'm excited, I'm nervous. Lots of hard work's gone into it.
I was going to say, tell us about your preparation for that.
There's been a lot to do. Obviously, there's a lot of charity work that I've done. I hosted a Black Country Ball on Friday, just gone. So there's all of that side of it.
Do you have to do that? Is that part of the sort of precursor, if you like?
Yeah, so it's similar to the regional heats in the respect that there's separate awards. So one of them is the Beauty with a Purpose Award for the person who's raised the most funds. So as I said, I've hosted the Black Country Ball. And it's also about just getting involved and raising awareness for other local charities and national charities as well. There's lots of other awards. There's the $1 Billion Smile Award.
Yes, tell us about that. Yes, you've been shortlisted for that. Yeah. Tell us about that, Jade.
So basically, it's one of the product sponsors for Miss England. They are a whitening teeth company.
All right.
So we have done lots of promotion for them. Via social media, via blogs, stuff like that, and they've been following our stories, seeing who's been getting the most promotion and the most sales for them, I suppose, and promoting their brand to people that may not have heard of them. So yeah, I've been shortlisted for that award, as well as the talent round as well. I've been shortlisted for the talent.
Oh, tell us about the talent round.
So we all had to submit a 2-minute video to the Miss England judges. So I did sign language, and I've got shortlisted for that. and there's other awards as well that we're waiting to hear back from.
Wonderful.
But yeah, so there's a lot of
So
work
there's a
that
lot
goes
more,
into,
isn't there? It goes into it. People just think, oh, they, you just turn up, change of clothes.
Yeah.
But by the sounds of it, there is a lot more that goes into it.
Yeah, I think the competition represents a well-rounded modern-day woman that juggles a lot of different things, and it's not just about, again, as I said, it's not just about a girl in a bikini on a catwalk. There's a lot of work that goes into it. They want somebody who's talented and represents that fit and healthy lifestyle, and is charitable and an all-round ambassador for the area and for the country.
That's wonderful, Jade. Well, it's going to be a fantastic opportunity, though, for you to go to Miss England.
Of course,
so, and if you won it, what would you do?
Wow, just
apart from leap with joy, probably.
Just represent the country as best as I can, really, be an ambassador.
Lovely. Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you, Jade. Thank you
lovely.
so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having
and good
me.
luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. We're going to take a quick break, but come back and join me in just a minute. Welcome back to Cuppa TV. I'm now joined by Leigh Perry, Principal and Trustee of Dorridge Music School. And with her today are the fabulous Rat Pack, who are also going to be performing live in their studios. Welcome, everyone, to Cuppa TV. It's so full. I feel like an applause is needed already. So lovely to see you. So we've got Leigh. Leigh, wonderful to see you. And we've got Faye. And you're head of vocals, Faye, aren't you, at the DMS school? And then, gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
David O'Lacey.
Fantastic.
Frank Sinatra in the Rat Pack.
Wonderful. And
Yeah, Des Coleman, I play Sammy Davis.
wonderful.
And Paul Drakeley, I play Dean Martin.
Wonderful. So, Leigh, let's start with you. Let's come up with you. So, tell us a little bit about it's DMS actually. It's now known, isn't it?
Actually, yeah. We've graduated this year because it's our 30th anniversary to DMS Heart of England Music Academy, based in Knoll, and we've got our 30th anniversary concert at Symphony Hall, 4th of October.
Which is why the guys come in, of course.
Yes.
So, 30 years, Leigh, of doing your
Yeah.
school. And again, well, tell us a little bit about what you do there. Perhaps, Faye, you could just tell us, because you're head of vocals there at the school, aren't you?
I'm head of vocals and musical theatre at the school, and we teach lots of different instruments as well. And that's from adults and to child. So yeah, it's really
Wonderful. And do you feel that music is really important, Leigh, for children? Is it something you've noticed over in your years of experience?
Yes, very important. And we go into local schools as well and teach them within the schools. We're an examination centre. And of course they have the chance to perform, which is brilliant as well. It's not all about exams, is it?
Yes, that's it. And the children seem to thrive, don't they, when they're put in music? I mean, there's been lots of studies, haven't there, with children with autism and children who, perhaps find difficulties at school. When you give them music, it seems to just bring them alive. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, a lot of my students actually are dyslexic. And they have a flair for music, so it really helps.
Wonderful. And gentlemen, let's bring in the guys. So let's start with you. So David, tell us about how the Rat Pack formed?
Well, we're the longest running Rat Pack show in Europe, I think. This is our 18th year we're celebrating, and we've been together at this cast for over 10 years. Wow. I started the show, and there's been other guys over the years, but after all that time, we're still having a great time on the road, and it's just
enjoying
touring non-stop. Yeah.
Wow, and guys at the back there. So I want to say Sammy. So Des, tell us a little bit about how you got involved.
Literally, I've been doing a lot of musical theatre in my career, and then Dave and I came in contact, and we just got on. And when we decided to work together, it's sort of flourished since then. And but it's one of those, it's a bit of a cliche, but when you do something that you love and then you get to travel, it's just a really exciting profession to be in.
Yeah, and is that what's the same for you as well?
Absolutely, yeah. We all met, and the beauty of our sort of working environment is we get on so well as friends.
Yeah, I mean the Rat Pack. I mean, for those of our younger viewers who might not remember, Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. But it's still a very iconic era, isn't it, for music, and still one that people still relate to, I think. And was it important for you, Leigh, to have that kind of impact when you're going to the Symphony Hall?
Very much so. I mean, the audience at Symphony Hall, as you know, it's a very prestigious theatre. It's 2,200 seated theatre, and the audience literally range from 4 or 5-year-old children to retired people, and we try and cover everything within the show. So we've got musical theatre, we've got Rat Pack, we've got something like Uptown Funk, you know, all kind of eras of music as well.
Wonderful. And the show's got on the 4th of October. And again, prestigious for the West Midlands, because obviously we're based here in the West Midlands, but presumably you go all across the country, do you guys, with your...
And Europe and worldwide.
And worldwide.
We played Vegas, Dubai,
Vegas.
all
And you're
over,
here on
really.
Cuppa TV. What can I say?
Enjoying it immensely.
Yes, Vegas or Cuppa TV? Cuppa TV, absolutely. Right answer. But again, are you looking forward to it though, to doing this performance?
We really are. I mean, we're going to have a great band in October with members of the staff and I think students, which
So
is
everyone's going to be
fantastic,
involved.
you know. And we've never played the Symphony Hall.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
over the years, seen so many acts. So we played the Alex in Birmingham, played a lot of big theatres in the Midlands, but not the Symphony Hall. So it is a special night for us too.
Wonderful. So it's going to be a wonderful night. Well, but we're not going to leave you there because you're going to perform. So guys, you're going to actually disappear and you're going to come back as the Rat Pack, which I'm going to love. And ladies, you're going to perform for us as well. So just tell us what you're going to perform, Faye.
I'm going to perform a song called Make You Feel My Love, which is by Adele.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, then we look forward to that. Thank you.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met, no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, and I'd go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love.
Here's a song that was introduced by the great talent of Liza Minnelli. Kander and Ebb wrote it, Don Custer arranged it, and it was stolen by you know who. Chicago.
Oh, wrong song.
Start spreading the news. I am leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York.
These vagabond shoes are longing to stray, to step around the heart of it. New York, New York.
Sam.
I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps and find I'm a number one, simply top of the heap.
My little town blues,
His little town blue.
they have drifted away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it
You tell him, Frank.
in old New York. If we can make it there, we'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
Holla, holla, holla.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
Yeah.
In New York, New York, I wanna wake up in that city that never sleeps, and then find I'm a number one, top of the list, king of the hill, a number one.
These little town blues are melting away. Yes, they are. We're gonna make a brand new start of it.
Where, Sam?
I'll tell you, in old New York.